Shell to go ahead with seismic tests in whale breeding grounds after court win. Royal Dutch Shell.
Here's a summary of the article.
Royal Dutch Shell will move ahead with seismic tests to explore for oil in vital whale breeding grounds along South Africa's eastern coastline after a court dismissed an 11th-hour legal challenge by environmental groups. The judgment, by a South African high court, allows Shell to begin firing within days extremely loud sound waves through the relatively untouched marine environment of the Wild Coast, which is home to whales, dolphins and seals. The court found the applicants had failed to prove there was a reasonable apprehension of irreparable harm, without an interdict against Shell's plans, and found in favor of the oil firm because of the financial costs of a delay. A spokesperson for the company said, "Shell is pleased with the court's decision, which will help move this seismic survey forward. The work is expected to begin within days." After the court's decision, the campaigners behind the legal challenge, Border Deep Sea Angling Association, K-Mouth Ski Boat Club, Natural Justice and Greenpeace Africa, said their fight to safeguard the Wild Coast was far from over, and said that a nationwide resistance against the Shell's plans would continue. Happy Combule, a senior campaigner for Greenpeace Africa, said, "The decision to allow Shell to continue with its plans to destroy the Wild Coast is very disappointing. Not only will the blasting destroy precious biodiverse ecosystems, but it will also destroy the livelihoods of local communities, all in the name of profit. We will continue to support the nationwide resistance against Shell and pursue the legal avenue to stop Shell. We must do everything we can to undo the destructive colonial legacy of extractivism, until we live in a world where people and the planet come before the profits of toxic fossil fuel companies." In a statement, Shell added that it had long experience in collecting offshore seismic data, and taken great care to prevent or minimize the potential impacts on fish, marine mammals and other wildlife.
This post received a score of 4,900, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Marketing department tries to tell us they give a shit, but their actions show a different story.
That makes them extra evil. They will soon be a UK company and drop the Royal Dutch title. Good fucking riddance. Shell exit or shit for short.
Future news: whale populations are dropping due to disturbances in their breeding grounds. Shell PR, surprise Pikachu face, Shell execs, lol.
We are sorry.
We always cared about the environment.
Ultimately, what's the point in all this profiteering if the world is in absolute shambles at the end of it?
They get to buy yacht and fuck women who pretend to like them.
Our angry upvote. This is so fucking sadly yet so abso-fucking-lutely true.
The Shell executives should get bred by whales.
Perhaps they will attract kraken.
That would be awesome. Or maybe not. It's not like the executives do the on-site work.
This really sucks. The Wild Coast in SA is a beautiful part of the world with amazing biodiversity. It's a very well-loved part of SA, so people have been trying to fight this. Especially the locals who are proud of their nature and coasts.
Fuck that sad face. Some people literally want to see the world burn, I guess.
Can't see anything beyond getting rich today. It's sick.
Yay, I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm getting really tired of reading about people having no respect for life. Just because a collection of old farts have no hope for our future shouldn't mean the rest of life on Earth has to deal with the repercussions of their foolish mistakes.
The oil industry is one of the most morally bankrupt group of companies. In some ways the illegal drug trade is better.
Probably the worst bar none. The oil industry knew about man-made climate change in '81, and continued to devastate the planet for profit.
Multiple generations have lived and died knowing climate change is caused by humans. The incredible amount of propaganda from the oil industry and support from world governments is insane. Selfishness is an incredible evolutionary advantage. I don't have a lot of confidence in humanity, but I still do my part to the best of my ability.
I usually go with 81 feet because that's when Exxon's _own study showed they were destroying the human race, but you're absolutely right. Climate change is a 100-year history of our species tying its own noose in search of yet greater profits.
Oil and gas companies don't give a fuck about the planet.
This has been clear for decades and they have spent billions on courts and politicians to make sure they are unencumbered. We wiped this planet of life this century, no ifs and or buts about it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.